I'm addicted to 3D printing, what can I say? And I realised something today of how much resin I printed over the last couple of years, how much it just bothers me having to level, all the cleanup, the mess, wearing a mask all the time. God knows how much paper towel I've been through. So I had a thought. And what I did was I ended up speaking to Anycubic and said, hey, I've used your X6KS, I've used an older one than that, one of the Mono M2s, I've got an M7, and all of these printers, they've all got inherent things. You get fails, there's leveling issues. I mean, it's resin printing, what can you expect? And then they said, have you tried the P1? So they offered to send me a Photon P1, which still amazes me. So in this video, we're going to talk through a couple of things about the P1 and why I think that it might actually be one of the best entry-level printers on the market at the moment. As I said before, some of the biggest things with resin printers, it's leveling, it's your cleanup, it's your mess, it's all of the little bits in terms of your slicing, getting your supports right. And it's as much as a hobby as miniature painting is. It's a skill and it's an art form actually if you get it really good. Now, most of us aren't interested in that. We just want to print our little toys. So when they sent me this printer and we've unboxed it, it's a really good looking machine and it weighs an absolute ton. It's just shy of 15 kilos. It's massive. Awesome tilt lift lid, really beautiful metal and plastic setup. Ergonomically, a really sweet machine to use. So before I go into technical stuff, one of the biggest things I noticed with this printer compared to my M7, if I send something to the M7 and it says 4 hours, it will take 4.5 hours. If I send something to the P1 and it says 4 hours, it's probably going to do it a lot quicker than that. The big changes on this P1 printer is, one of them is wave release technology, and to me that is just pure gobbledygook. There's some strange magic within the machine, and what it does is it reduces suction pressure when it releases, and in doing that it gives you more reliable prints, less failures, and a better finish on the Mini. And I can say hands down, having printed a few kilos through this printer now, the quality is insane. The other thing is the ball screw. So instead of it being a T-screw on your Z-axis, it's got a ball screw. And the ball screw does a few things. One is it's significantly cleaner. You're not going to end up with that black sludge going up your Z-axis bar as often as you do, and the upkeep's a lot better. It also means that in theory, the motor shouldn't need replacing in its lifetime. Now, I'll be interested to see if that's actually the case, because I have had motors go on 3D printers in the past. A couple of quality of life improvements on it as well is the heated vat, which is pretty good. That'll kick in if it drops below 25 degrees, and also has some intelligent things in terms of seeing if there's any residue left on the bottom or any print failures. Pretty standard stuff with modern machines these days. What really interested me though was when they sent this through and after our discussion about, is it really easy to use? When you set the printer up, it tells you to pour in resin and to press print on something, and I thought, rubbish. I downloaded the Anycubic slicer. I normally use Chitterbox. Just thought I'd give it a go. And I thought I'd really print something that shouldn't print at all. So for those of you that know in New Zealand that know Boxtara, she's a cosplay artist, I asked, do you want some more props made? We've done some FDM props in the past for her. Decided to do a marathon piece. Now this marathon piece, solid resin, printed at 45 degrees with minimal supports, should not print. It should fail. Because of the weight of it and the suction force, it should just fall into the vat. And I appreciate I set this printer up to fail, however, this is the result. And I'm still surprised it printed with ease. So I kind of thought, well, if it can print massive stuff really easily, let's try some really small stuff. One of our clients asked, can we print some N-gauge railway parts? So I thought, hey, while I'm here, let's print some tiny, 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 like smaller than 1:72 scale railway buffers. Yep. Mushrooms of madness came out, printed fine, no issues. Again, can't believe it. Final one, I thought, well, the real reason that I use 3D printing is printing miniatures. We live in New Zealand, there's a massive hobby tax, everything's more expensive to get a hold of, so 3D printing makes sense. Let's see how quality we can put stuff out. So we decided to print some Trench Crusade minis, a mix of Trench Crusade originals and Gosha miniatures. And yeah, the quality is almost better than injection molded plastic, which is just, for me, utterly madness. What's my summary? What's my summary about this printer? I could go on for 10-15 minutes like other channels do and go through all of the different technical specs, the price and everything like that. it is arguably a few $100s more expensive than some of your entry-level printers. Does that extra cost equate to a better quality of life and easier print? Yeah, I think it does. For clarity, we've been sent this printer for free. We've not been sent any money to create any of this. We've not been paid for it. We've purely been sent the printer to review. I wouldn't recommend something if I didn't truly believe it is a lot better quality. And for me, would I go for an M7 or just buy a P1? I'd buy a P1. I'd recommend going and have a look through all the technical specs on the website, having a look at all the different technology that's involved with it, all the different things involved. Have some really good research, and I think it's worthwhile. I'm still a little bit speechless having used this for the last couple of weeks on how good this printer actually is. But, you know, be the judge yourself. Go and do some research, have a look at some more YouTube videos. But if you're new to resin printing and you want a fairly easy time, I'd give this machine a look in, especially when it's on offer. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. If you're interested in more miniature painting content, or you want to see some of the stuff we've 3D printed in the last couple of weeks, go and check out our Instagram @thedistantfail. And if not, have an amazing weekend and a great week.